Hi, today I'll be covering about potential difference. Potential difference is a very useful concept in real world. So what is potential difference? Okay, consider 2 points, say A and B, right? Potential difference is work done in taking a unit positive charge between 2 points, say B to A. So whatever is the work done in taking a unit positive charge from this point to this point is potential difference between point B and A. So as we know from our definition of potential, electric potential, it is the work done in bringing the unit positive charge from infinity to that point. Now we are imagining that these points are near some source charge Q. So these points are basically in the field of charge Q or some source charge. Okay. So by definition of potential, let us say potential at point B is VB and potential at point A is VA. So what is VB and VA? VB is work done in bringing a unit positive charge from infinity to this point, right? And VA is work done in bringing a unit positive charge, right, from infinity to point A. Okay. So what is the work done in bringing the unit positive charge from point B to point A? Right? So work done in bringing the charge from point B to point A, it will be nothing but VA minus VB. Correct? Like the larger work done in bringing the charge from infinity to point A minus the smaller work, because this work done is common. Okay? So this is nothing but the potential difference. So this is the potential difference right, between points A and B. Points A and B. Okay. So what is it? Work done in taking a unit positive charge from point B to point A. So if W is work done in taking charge Q, charge Q naught, say, right? Then work done in taking unit charge will be W by Q naught, right? So work done in taking charge Q naught from B to A is W, right? So if the work done for Q naught, if the corresponds to work done W, therefore unit charge will correspond to work done W by Q naught, right? So, but what is this work done per unit charge? What is work done per unit charge? This is nothing but, and this should be equal to potential difference. Okay? So, that's all about potential difference. Now let us see a real life application of potential difference. So real life application of potential difference, right? So we said like potential difference is nothing but work done in taking a unit positive charge from say point B to point A, right? Now you might be wondering who is doing this work, right? Who does that work, right? So take the real life application of PD, that is say cell. So we use cell in daily life and we'll understand what is potential difference with the help of cell. Let's see what is there inside a cell. So inside a cell, basically what you have is, you have two electrodes, right? This is just a schematic. Two electrodes. One is say copper and the other is zinc, right? Then you also have some electrolyte. What is electrolyte? So you have an electrolyte, say diluted H2SO4. Right? So this diluted H2SO4 exists in the form of positive and negative ions. So what are those ions? These ions are H2 and SO4 minus. Right? So what happens in the cell? These H2 ions will chemically react with copper electrode and it will take two electrons, because this is positive, it will take two electrons from copper and therefore copper rod will become electron deficient, hence it will become positively charged, right? So these H2 ions of this electrolyte will continue to react with copper rod and this copper rod will become positively charged, right? Likewise, this SO4 minus, these negative ions, it will continuously react with zinc and this electron will actually get deposited on zinc. So this electrode will become negatively charged. So now you see, so wherever you have charges, you will have potential, right? The formula for potential is 4 pi epsilon naught R, right? So some agency is doing work in depositing those charges. Now these charges are not coming from infinity. So in real life, these charges are gathered from small distance. So, but some work is done. Who is doing that work? The chemical reaction or the chemical energy. So chemical energy is being spent in doing this work, because of which all these charges are getting deposited. Positive charges are getting deposited on copper rod, negative charges are getting deposited on zinc, right? Now this chemical reaction will stop once it reaches equilibrium position. So let us say some fixed amount of positive charge and some equally fixed amount of negative charge, okay, they will be deposited at the time of equilibrium. So once the equilibrium state is reached, right, no further charges will be deposited. So at that time, there will be positive potential on copper rod due to positive charges and negative potential on zinc rod due to negative charges. So now a potential difference is created between copper and zinc rod. So this potential, so this we say it is at a higher potential, and we say this is at a lower potential, right? Lower potential. Now now we also know that positive and negative charges will attract each other. So why are they not getting attracted towards copper? Because the chemical reaction is working, okay, on holding this negative and positive charges on either rods, right? But then if we connect any conductor, okay, electrical conductor, we know conductors allow charges to flow from them. So once any external conductor is connected between these electrodes, so then charges will begin to flow, right? So a negative charge from here will begin to flow in this direction, right? So electron will begin to flow and it will neutralize with this positive charge, right? So as long as the current is flowing, this charge will start getting neutralized with the positive charge on the copper rod, copper electrode. The moment this electron is neutralized with one of the positive charge, immediately the equilibrium state will be reached again. It will chemically react and deposit one more electron here and one more positive charge here. So the potential difference between the rod is maintained. As long as this current is flowing, the potential difference is maintained by virtue of chemical reaction taking place between the electrolyte and the respective rods. Okay. So therefore, you can withdraw this current till the life of the chemical reaction. So every chemical reaction has a lifetime, right? So once the chemical reaction completes the lifetime, no further chemical reaction will be possible. Thereby, it will not be able to maintain the potential difference. And then that is the time when you can throw your battery or cell. Okay? So, potential difference is a more useful concept, right, in real life. Hope this helps.